of the verb have to and the verb have to in the past, in the future, using auxiliary verb, using may, using might, right? Now we will see another verb, that is the verb must. The verb must is similar to the verb have to, but it's necessary to know the differences, right? When I say I must go home now, so it has the same meaning as saying I have to go home now, right? The same meaning, no different. But we have some grammar examples, right, that we will see. All right, when you give your own opinion about it, for example, something that you think it's necessary, or you advise someone, you advise a person to do something, you can give your own opinion about something. Let me see what else. Yeah, that's it. It's also possible to use have to, but we will see examples using must, okay? I think this job is perfect for you. Right? I have a job suggestion, right, for interview. I give you advice. I give you my opinion first about this job, and you say you must apply for it. So this case, must expresses an opinion, okay? It's my opinion. In my opinion, it's as the job is perfect for you, you must apply for it. Apply to the job, apply to it, right? To the job, sorry. You apply for a job. Yeah, yes, you apply for a job. It's not do a job, apply. All right, I guess it's apply for. I will check, okay, on the internet, but I'm almost sure it's apply for. When you apply for a job, it's not to. Apply for a job. Okay, let's see something else. You see, I'm a normal person as everybody else. Sometimes you have doubts. If you don't use the verb too often, but that case, I'm 99% sure it's apply for a job. It's not to a job, apply for, okay? But I will check, and until the end of the lesson or the beginning of the next one, I will say to you. You must know him. You must know him, right? It's necessary to know him because he's very nice. I'm trying to arrange a date, okay, between a guy that you think it's very attractive and somebody says, oh, you must know him. He's fine. He's friendly. You will like him. So you must. It's an advice, okay? It's my own opinion, right? Because in my opinion, he is so nice that you should know him, right? Should, it's another expression, but you must know him. You have to know him. You can use either the verb must or the verb have to. Okay, it's necessary to use either one or another. Okay. When you want to express an idea that someone is obliged to do something, obliged to, it's necessary to use have to, not must. In which context? For example, I have to wake up early every day. It's not an opinion, right? Because as I work every day, I have to wake up early every day. It's necessary. If you apply for that job, you will have to travel a lot. Okay, it's a fact, okay? It's necessary because that job requires you to travel a lot. So if you apply for the job, that job, it's necessary to travel, okay? So it's different. You can't use the verb must in such contexts, but you know this. Remember, it's another situation we will see with the verb must. I guess you have seen written things and instructions. For example, you must, for example, you must use ink. You apply to a test and it says that you must write your answers in ink, right? It's necessary. You must use ink, not pencils, not pencils. If you use the pencils, it's bad, okay? Here in Brazil, for example, you have to use pens. You must use black ink pens, black inked pens, to take your exams. The written tests, it's necessary to use black ink pens, okay, to take your exams. It's a written instruction. It's not a recommendation. It's a rule that you must obey, right? It's an instruction that you see somewhere. You must not trespass. You must not, no, you must not, yes, you must not trespass. It's a private property. Mustn't, I was going to tell you the meaning. When you say you mustn't do something, it's like it's prohibited, okay? It's necessary. It's necessary that you don't do that, right? You're not allowed to do something, all right? That's the context. We will see more comparisons later. You can use must in the... Is it possible to use the verb must in the past? No. Instead of the verb must, in the simple past, you use the verb had to. As the verbs have to and must have the same meaning, right? In most cases, it's necessary to use had to. She had to leave, right? It was necessary that she left, okay? She had to leave. So I use had to because there is no such a thing. The verb must does not have a past tense. It's not like the verb can, which has the past could, although it can vary in meaning depending on the context, okay? But mostly it's like this. But the verb must is not possible. So you have to use the synonym of must, which is have to, or in that case, had to use in the simple past. When you do, for example, when I tell you, for example, you don't have to be here at 10 p.m. For example, you have an appointment. Yes, if possible, you don't have to be here at 10 p.m. It means, does it mean that you are prohibited? No. It means that it's, if you can, you don't have to be here. It's not mandatory, it's not necessary. If you want to, you can be here at 10, but it's not necessary. So here gives you the possibility to do something or not do something. But when you use mustn't, it has a different meaning. I mustn't get there late. It means completely different, right? I mustn't get there late. It means that it's necessary that I don't get late because it's an appointment, it's a job interview. If I get there late, it will compromise the whole thing. So I mustn't get there late. So you see the difference? Here, you don't need to be here at 10, but if you want, it's possible. And here, it has a different meaning. It's necessary you do not do it. So if you do it, you will have, it will have consequences to you. It's not desirable. If you get there late, you might have terrible consequences to you. So that's the difference between mustn't and have to in the negative, okay? The negative of the verb have to is don't have to or doesn't have to, depending on the pronoun. If you have he, she, or it, for example, it, you use doesn't have to. And if you have the other pronouns, you use don't, okay? So to finalize the lesson, to have just another example, you can use the verb have got. Have got is also possible. Have got. I have got to clean the house. It means it's an obligation, it's something, or it's something that is necessary. I have got to clean the house, or I gotta clean the house. It's informal. I gotta clean the house. I have got to clean the house. I got to clean the house. I gotta clean the house. But if you use got, have gotta, or gotta clean, informal. And here, I have got to clean the house, or I have to clean the house. So it's possible to use either have to or have got. I've got to work today, okay? She's got to clean the house. She's got to work. Now, it's necessary. She's got to work now. Here, the contracted form is. Is? No, it's not is. It has. She has got to work now. Okay? So that's it. That's the last thing we have to see about it. Next lesson, we will continue studying the verbs must, mustn't, and see other situations and examples as well. Bye-bye.